The morning fog was thick. Clara couldn't see the end of the dock. She skipped along the wooden planks anyway.
I love the sea air.
She reached into her grandfather's old fishing box. Clara liked to pretend she was finding treasure. This time, she found something amazing.
Wow, a compass!
The compass was heavy and old. It had a cover made of worn leather. Clara opened the cover. The compass needle spun wildly. Then it pointed toward the sea. Clara felt a thrill. This was no ordinary compass. This compass held a mystery. She hugged the compass tight and raced through the fog.
I have to show Grandpa Finn. He'll know what to do.
Grandpa Finn had been a sailor. He had sailed all over the world. Clara couldn't wait to show him her amazing find. Maybe it belonged to a real pirate.
Grandpa, look what I found!
Clara shouted as she burst through the door. Captain Finn was mending his fishing net. He looked up in surprise. Clara ran to him, her eyes shining.
It was in your old fishing box.
Captain Finn took the compass gently. He turned it over in his hands. His eyes widened.
Well, shiver me timbers,
he mumbled, opening the compass. The needle spun, then pointed north.
This, my girl, belonged to Captain Redbeard himself.
Clara gasped. Captain Redbeard was a legend. He was the fiercest pirate to ever sail the seven seas. Grandpa Finn had told Clara stories about him. Redbeard was said to have hidden a great treasure, but no one had ever found it. Could this compass be the key?
Grandpa, do you think we could find it? Do you think we could find Captain Redbeard's treasure?
Captain Finn chuckled, a twinkle in his eye. He looked at the compass, then at his granddaughter's eager face.
Well, we can certainly try,
he said, a mischievous grin spreading across his face. The old sailboat creaked and groaned, but it still sliced through the waves. Clara stood beside her grandfather as he steered them out of the harbor. The morning fog was gone. The sun shone brightly on the water. The sea sparkled like a million jewels. Clara held the compass tight. The needle swung this way and that. It seemed to be pulled in different directions. Clara frowned.
Which way, Grandpa?
Captain Finn smiled.
The compass will tell us, lass. We just have to learn its language.
He pointed to a cluster of small islands in the distance.
Captain Redbeard was known to favor those waters. Let's start there. The compass might find its bearings closer to the treasure.
Clara nodded, her heart pounding with anticipation. The adventure had begun. The sea was unpredictable. One moment it was calm, the next a raging beast. Clara and Captain Finn faced it all.
We sailed through thick mists and battled fierce storms that tossed the boat like a toy.
Through it all, Clara never lost hope. She kept her eyes on the compass, trusting it to guide them.
We saw amazing creatures on our journey. Giant whales breached the surface, their bodies like mountains. Playful dolphins raced alongside the boat.
I even thought I saw a mermaid, combing her hair on a distant rock.
But the compass always led them onward, closer, she hoped, to Captain Redbeard's hidden treasure. The compass finally pointed to a small, uncharted island. It was a wild, overgrown place. Trees grew right up to the edge of the cliffs. Clara and her grandfather anchored their boat and rowed to shore in a small dinghy. Excitement crackled in the air. This was it!
We followed the compass deeper into the island, through tangled vines and over moss-covered rocks.
Finally, they reached a clearing. In the center stood a weathered oak tree. The compass needle spun wildly, then pointed straight at the base of the tree.
We dug with our bare hands. The earth was soft and damp. Soon, our fingers brushed against something hard.
They pulled out a wooden chest bound with iron and had a heavy padlock.
This was it, Captain Redbeard's treasure chest.
They managed to pry open the chest. Inside, it wasn't filled with gold and jewels as they expected. Instead, it was filled with books, maps, and Captain Redbeard's personal journal.
We spent hours reading through the pirate captain's adventures. We laughed and cried at his tales of daring escapes and fierce battles.
As the sun began to set, they buried the chest back under the oak tree. They left the treasure as they found it, a piece of history to be discovered another day.
Sailing back to Eldermoor, I held onto my grandfather's hand. I knew I hadn't found gold and jewels, but I had discovered something far more valuable.
The real treasure wasn't in the chest. It was the adventure, the bond she shared with her grandfather, and the memories they created together that would last a lifetime. These were treasures more precious than anything gold could buy.